Hello and welcome to part 3 of this 4-part video training series entitled Vegan, Creating Your Healthy Habit for a Healthy Life. In this session you're going to receive some tips on how to create a healthy vegan habit. If you are not 100% vegan, then you definitely need to make vegan a habit for you, the people around you, the animals, and the planet. There is no reason for you to take into your body the secretions, the pus, the bacteria, and the stress hormones of animals, especially dead ones. If you are already 100% vegan, then there is still something you may learn in this section that will help you in establishing other constructive or healthy habits in your life. And for everyone watching, reading, or listening to this, please share this information and provide the link to VeggieBrothers.com's website so that someone you care about can sign up and receive this training for themselves. Okay, so let's get started. How to make a habit. Stephen Covey, in his runaway self-help bestseller, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, says that a habit is formed when the why to do something and the knowledge of how to do something and the desire or the want to do something overlap. When a habit is formed, the motivation to stick to it gets put on autopilot and things become effortless. No excuses or reasons stand in your way to do otherwise because it's now a deeply rooted part of your life. Could you use a few more healthy and constructive habits in your life? What would that mean to you? How good would it feel if you could replace old toxic and destructive habits with healthy and empowering ones? Why to? What we are talking about here in this program is why to go vegan, and here is a really short list. Health reasons. You've already learned about plant-based nutrition and all the healthy foods you can eat, the difference between macro and micronutrients, and you have an understanding that illnesses and diseases can be prevented, in some cases even reversed, on a healthy plant-based diet, which means you will live longer, feel stronger, have more energy, be healthier, and avoid the risk of illness and disease. And as I've already suggested, please consider reading the book, The China Study, for the science that supports this. Humane reasons. You are probably aware that animals are precious creatures that need love and protection too, just as our children do, and we have an obligation to allow them to live out their lives in peace and harmony, and not be kept in cages only to be brutally murdered and buried in someone's stomach. Environmental reasons. You are probably aware that the #1 contributor to global warming and greenhouse gas emissions is the collective factory farming industry, which raises animal livestock for human consumption. Check out the documentary Meet the Truth for the science behind this. Spiritual reasons. No religion actually mandates meat eating. Almost all the notable founders of world religions were vegetarian and practiced ahimsa, or non-violence, to all creatures, and interpreted "thou shalt not kill" literally to mean just that. Some notable religious figures are Buddha, Mohammed, Mahavira, Krishna, Guru Nanak, and all the Sikh gurus, and according to historical evidence, including the Dead Sea Scrolls, Jesus Christ was a vegetarian and was documented to be from the Essene sect, and the Essenes were vegetarian. Also refer to the book The Essene Gospel of Peace. So now that you know the why to, let's move on to the how to. If you have someone in your life that can show you how to do something that you can learn to master, that's great, because then you can watch and learn exactly what they are doing, eating, drinking, even thinking, and you can learn from them. However, if you are doing it on your own, it's just a matter of experimentation, education, picking up some books, watching some videos, associating with people who are vegan and learning from them, joining vegan or vegetarian groups, attending talks and lectures on the subject, surfing the web, watching videos, reading blogs, joining vegan newsletter lists. With the advent of technology and YouTube and blogs, etc., if you want to learn or receive training in just about anything, whether it's for a fee or free, it's out there for you. And it's really like you're never alone on your journey. Want to. I believe that it's our innate desire to connect with our essential needs, because when we do so, it brings happiness and joy into our lives. Some essential needs we all have is for health, so we can live our lives as we were meant to live, such as doing things free of pain and full of vitality and energy, We have a need for peace as opposed to stress and the threat of being painfully harmed. Would you believe me if I said we humans have a need for beauty in our lives, and that it's not a luxury but a necessity? God gave us wonderful, beautiful bodies, yet we make them ugly when we put disease-promoting foods into them. Also, God gave us a beautiful planet, yet we are making our planet very ugly by abusing it, and we are bringing about untold horrors and suffering for future generations for being selfish, ignorant, and negligent with the choices we are making, especially the choices about what we choose to put at the end of our fork. So we all are inherently wanting to be healthy and connect with our essential needs. However, for many of us, we grow up and we receive mixed messages, and we become confused. We make poor and misguided decisions, and many of us struggle for the rest of our lives trying to get back to where we should have been prior to all the outside influences that threw us off course and taken us away from having developed the habits that would have been constructive and essential for our well-being. How many of you know what I'm talking about? How many self-help books have you read? How many self-help lectures and seminars have you attended, or courses have you bought? And if you have, good for you, because at least you're aware that your life is not perfectly on course and could use some navigational adjustments on your voyage of healing and self-discovery. It is my prayer that you find the promised land that lies within you, and that you connect with your highest purpose and allow your light to shine as bright as it is intended to shine. So let's go over the two main causes that interfere with someone's wanting to connect with their essential needs, or in this case, wanting to go vegan. Number 1, falsely conditioned beliefs and fears, imagined negative experiences and consequences. We went over 8 in the first section of this training. Number 2, real negative experiences and consequences. My suggested solution to overcoming these two interferences is to find positive experiences and keep trying until you do. Also, hearing from others that have actually had positive experiences is a big help as well. If you went to the supermarket frozen food or refrigerated aisle and bought some cheap machine-made vegan meal and found it to be bland or bad tasting, it would be unfair to judge all vegan food as bland or bad tasting. If you or someone you know cooked up a bad vegan meal and you went to a vegan restaurant and you didn't like the meal, that one experience should not be used to make a false assumption that all vegan food must be bad, or whatever the challenge or difficulty was that led you to experience that situation in a bad light the first time. Keep trying, because it's the only way out of the trap. Try another recipe, get another cookbook, place an order on VeggieBrothers.com for a high-quality chef-made gourmet meal delivered to your door with little effort on your part, and take all the risks out of having a bad experience. But whatever you do, don't give up. It's so important that a positive experience be had, otherwise it will indeed be hard to find the will or the want to. Oh, and one more thing, stay far away from negative people trying to keep you from improving yourself. Sadly, even the people that are supposed to love us most would rather see us not change for the better. They can't help it. Misery loves company. They are caught in their own mind's game of fear, limitation, and insecurity around self-growth. It's also a challenge to their deeply rooted belief system and their ego's need and attachment for control and belonging. Also, the people in your life may feel a sense of loss if you no longer are doing exactly as they do or as they taught you to do. Don't let their fears and ignorances become yours. Otherwise, you are living their life, not yours, and you limit your own potential for growth, health, happiness, and self-expression. While others around you may choose to be small, I encourage you to choose to be big. Stretch yourself, expand yourself, grow yourself into the person you are meant to be. And it doesn't matter whether you're 10 years old or 100 right now. In your life, you are either growing or you're dying. I suggest you grow yourself, express yourself, and expand yourself to your very last breath. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed our discussion on the main reasons why one chooses to switch to a vegan diet, such as spiritual, humane, environmental, as well as for health reasons. Also, you learned the recipe for creating a habit and tips on overcoming fears, falsely conditioned beliefs that hold people back from making the changes in their lives necessary to allow them to connect with their essential needs to be truly healthy, happy, and balanced human beings. Now it's your job to start applying what you've learned. Start sharing this information every chance you get, and I pray that you do it sooner rather than later. This concludes part 3 of your 4-part video training. Check your inbox over the next couple of days to receive video number 4, as well as bonuses. Until next time, I wish you much health, happiness, peace, many blessings, and great joy.